Hi, I'm Tim, and I'm an IB Year 2 student, and I'm from Adelaide in Australia, and I'm taking IB in November this year.
Hi, I'm Nehir, and I'm an IB Year 2 May 22 student from Turkey.
My name is Maanyav. I am a rising year 2 student from the United States, and I take my exams in May 2022.
Hi, I'm Daphne. I'm taking IB in the Philippines, and I'm an IB upcoming year 2 student as well.
So for our first question, what was your guys' experience with starting the IB during the pandemic?
So my school, I guess, was rather well supported with the pandemic learning and online learning. The school district that my school belongs to actually bought, I guess, they bought Zoom packages and they bought online learning platforms for all of us. So I guess we were rather well supported, but I think there was not as much interaction between the students and the teachers. It was mostly just lecture. I don't think I could, I guess, meet my teachers as much. So yeah, I guess maybe the connection between student and teacher was a little bit rough, but otherwise I think my school specifically was a little bit better supported than other schools.
In my school, we first started doing online lessons. So in the 10th grade, we were having online lessons as well. So I was kind of familiar with how we were going to do it. But I was just concerned about CAS because we weren't going to be able to do any CAS activities outside. So we had to come up with other ideas. And I guess like that was just the part that made me feel kind of bad, but we managed to do things in a better way.
Since I did like online learning in 10th grade, doing IB also online, it was kind of like I was already kind of used to the experience, and I wasn't as worried because I was used to using Zoom and Google Classroom and emailing my teachers. So I guess my biggest concern with doing IB online was the fact that I had to take the extra effort to go to office hours. It's not like, when you just get out of school or maybe after your clubs or whatever, you can just go to your teachers afterwards. But in online learning, you kind of had to look for the Zoom meeting and the Zoom links. So that was kind of tiring, and that was the hardest part. But then so far I did a full year of IB online, and it's been okay.
Yeah, I think where I'm from, we're really lucky that we don't have met much online school because we've had really low COVID cases. So I think I've only had about 4 maximum weeks of online school this past year and a bit. But I think part of the pandemic is the uncertainty, and especially with IB exams, it's like, are our exams going to be cancelled? Are we going to have to go exam route, non-exam route? What happens if it's last minute like that? Which was a bit scary. But I think having had May 20, November 20, May 21 now all gone through the session, we're seeing how IB is going to respond to the exams being cancelled or potential things like that. And I think that's made us a lot better prepared. So going into exams now, I feel a lot less stressed than I was maybe last year.
Okay, thank you everyone for your insights into that. So for our second question, do you regret taking the IB? Do you have any regrets with regards to taking the IB?
I don't think that I actually regret taking the IB. There was definitely a period of time when I did regret taking the IB. Maybe in second semester of my first IB year, so that was in maybe March. I definitely did regret taking the IB because I think that's when we were actually introduced to the extended essay, and I'm like, dang it, why did I do this? So, but otherwise, I think that now that I'm actually going into my extended essay and I'm doing something with my extended essay, I'm actually realizing how interesting the essay itself is, and I'm thinking, okay, this is an okay experience. It's painful, but it's worth it.
I had to come out of that, and I had to think I've learned so much from the IB, and I think the amount of benefit I've got from doing all my other subjects has been incredible. And if I did my national curriculum, I don't think I'd be satisfied with what I'd learned in the 2 years. So I think IB has been worth it in that regard. But then again, I'm yet to do my exams, so we'll see what I say after that.
I think I have the same opinions as all of you guys. I also don't regret taking the IB. I also experienced like the local curriculum in the Philippines in my previous school, and I can see the difference of like the local curriculum and the IB curriculum.
Yeah, and I think one of the great things about IB is also the international community, which you can't really get with any other curriculum. Like joining the IBlieve Slack, as well as things like the IB Students Facebook group, and just being able to interact with so many people around the world. That's an opportunity that no other like education system could have given me in year 11 and 12. So that's like my IB year 1 and year 2 in Australia. Yeah, I definitely don't regret the IB in that regard because it's given me so many opportunities that I don't think I could have got any other way.
Yeah, and I'd like to add to what Tim said about like the international, like, I guess, community. And with that, I think you also get like an international view of everything. Like, I'm not just looking into like a text or a film with just like my worldview and my perspective, but I also get the worldviews of like other cultures and other people from, different morals and different places from the world. So that's also like another advantage and another great thing I see about the IB.
What are some misconceptions about the IB that you guys have heard about, and when you actually started the IB, they turned out to be wrong?
Oh, I think the fact that you don't have time for extracurriculars in the IB and that it's all just studying, when really we have extracurriculars integrated into the curriculum with CAS, and you literally cannot graduate, you cannot earn your diploma if you don't fulfill the CAS requirements. So I think that's good. And I don't mean to be university minded, but if you think about it, this is exactly what US universities are looking for. They're looking for a well-rounded curriculum with a good balance of extracurricular and or volunteer work with academics and good marks. So if you can get both of those things, you fulfill CAS and you fulfill your grades, you're basically set for US universities. Just do well on your SAT, which actually isn't a big deal for the IB. And even then, I think most of the people watching this video will probably be May 2023, November 2023 students. I don't know anything about SAT, ACT optional for that, but we'll see. We'll see based on how this pandemic goes in the United States. But I know for May 2022, it's definitely SAT optional.
I agree with Maanyav, and I should add that I once heard that a person said you won't have any like social life while you're studying IB, and that is totally wrong. Like, I thought that I wasn't going to have enough time to do the things that I love, but thanks to CAS, I was able to do a lot of them. For example, I've been playing the piano for like 11 years, and for the CAS activity, I wanted to teach someone how to play the piano. So I had my neighbors, and they had 2 kids, so I was able to teach them how to play the piano, and it was a great experience. So you're going to have a social life, and you'll do the things you love.
Yeah, definitely that bond is like amazing. I remember because I took one subject anticipated last year, and what made me happy was not my own score, but actually like seeing my class to score, because we all did really well and we all like worked through that class together, and it was so amazing that we could all like support each other and do well in it. One other misconception I think for me was like people telling me what subjects would be hard, what subjects would be easy, and I think that there's a point where you learn, yeah, maths HL. There's gonna be like it's not gonna be easy, but I think what you find hard is gonna be different to what other people find hard. So for example, for me, chemistry HL was actually like much easier for me than doing like English SL. And yeah, I think it was just learning about. Actually, I know myself better, and so when I pick my subjects, I'm like, no, I can do chemistry HL. I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to do it. And I actually found it like it was the perfect subject for me. So take what people say about different subjects with a grain of salt. I think you should learn, like you can learn a lot from your grads and people who are doing IB, but you also do need to like check in with yourself and check in like, what do I know? What do I feel comfortable with?
I think another misconception was like, the IB itself is hard. And I thought that like the content I was gonna learn in the IB, it would be like impossible for me to understand, or I had to like, really like stay late up at night just to like really like review and understand the subjects. But then like once I did IB, I realized that it's kind of like just an extension of like what you learned in like, you know, ninth grade, 10th grade, and you're just doing it in a more deeper level and a more, you know, with more substance as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and you can check out all of the other I Believe links down below. Bye.